Right, what's happening, guys and girls? Welcome back to the channel. Look at this scenery here right now. We are in Colorado Springs here in the USA. I was very lucky to be invited by Hyundai to come to the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. It's actually the 102nd of these events. I was really excited because I actually came to Pikes Peak with my dad maybe back in 2015 because my dad had always wanted to come here and just see the hill climb for himself. So we took a car up there, but we didn't actually see the event. So it's always been on my bucket list and I finally managed to tick it off. One of the other reasons that I am out here as well is this Hyundai Ioniq 5N that you see behind me. Now this is a car that I've actually wanted to drive for a good while because I know how much energy and how much innovation that Hyundai are putting in to make this car super fun for enthusiasts like you and me. Hyundai are actually going for a record this weekend with this car. They want to get the electric production SUV crossover record with this Ioniq 5N. So there's a lot of exciting things going on. But today we've got the Ioniq 5N to ourselves and it's just the most amazing scenery. So come on, let's go take a quick look at the car. I actually really like the look of it. First of all, you've got the color. What I have noticed is that the N brand, like Hyundai N, this colour is synonymous with it. When you're walking around, we were at the Fan Fest last night, and everywhere you looked, there was just these people wearing that really bright blue. Like they've got such a fan and enthusiast following now, which is really, really great, because they're just creating their own culture. Like when I went to South Korea, I can't remember where I was, I think it was at one of the towers, but there was like a little group of Hyundai enthusiasts at the bottom of it. They were having a little car meet there, which I thought was really fun. So to see it out here in the States as well, it just means that the whole N brand is just growing and growing. So yesterday morning, we got up at, I think it was like 10 to 3 in the morning to head up to see the practice. The really, really cool thing is there's so many elements of the race car that's come over to the road car as well. I mean, there's all the aggressive styling. They've got these N dedicated front bumper to it, 21-inch forged wheels. It's got the sort of racy side skirts here. Like I love these vented and pulled arches. And the rear diffuser, it's got the little flags everywhere. Like there's so many little Easter eggs around the car to find, which make it look ready to race. Like I said, it is an SUV at the end of the day. I think it's one of the coolest looking SUVs on the market right now. It's super futuristic, but it's still racy, you know? Even when you're coming into the car, I absolutely love the bucket seats. They're so comfortable. And there's so much space in here as well. Obviously, with it being an electric car, there is a lot more space to have storage. It's got all of the high-tech wireless charging, all these cup holders here. Honestly, for someone like me that keeps a lot of stuff in their car, this thing is perfect. So it actually has like simulated sounds. You've got 3 different sounds that you can actually pick from, but it's also got rev matching and NE shift where it simulates an 8-speed DCT, even with the paddle shifts, and it has like the jolt in between. They talk a lot about how this car makes you feel and how if you are getting that really visceral driving experience when they're driving their cars, you are actually happier behind the wheel. So I think the best thing that we can do right now is take this out for a rip. I mean, the roads around here, I mean, just look at the scenery. Colorado's beautiful. I just want to live in America. I just love it out here. Anyway, let's go take this car for a rip. So this car, when it's just sort of cruising about, it's got 609 brake horsepower, 770 Newton meters of torque, and it will do 0 to 100 in 3.4 seconds. I mean, the numbers don't lie. It's very impressive. And one of the things that I was really excited to actually experience in this car is the NE shift and also the active sound in this. So when you do actually put it into, you can put it in the drive mode here, into sport, and you have this N-Grin boost mode, which puts you up to 650 brake horsepower, which is just crazy. Like, honestly, oh my God. Like, the acceleration in this is mental. Like we were watching the cars in practice yesterday and it's literally the same car. It's the road car, which they've just put some more aero on, obviously for Pikes Peak and things like that. The performance is unlike anything that I've experienced before. I just can't believe sort of the instantaneous torque of this thing. You've got 3 different sounds that you can pick from: ignition, evolution, and supersonic, which is meant to be fighter jets. I actually quite like the ignition. It's just sort of the classic ICE RPM simulation here. You know, when you're driving about, it's uncanny how it just kind of fits in with the driving. Like your brain just goes, oh yeah, that makes sense. But the E-shift was the thing that I was super interested in. So once you activate the E-shift, this actually, it's simulating an 8-speed DCT gearbox. So if I drop down a gear now, and it actually has the jolts as though you're going through the real gearbox. Like that's actually crazy. Can you see it? Like, I'm trying to sort of convey this over to you guys. Like, I cannot believe that they can make technology like this where it is the simulation of the real feeling. That is crazy. Whoa. Look at the scenery. I've got a Hyundai Ioniq 5N and just this absolutely magical scenery as well. I feel like I've been spoilt this weekend. Like, being taken to Pikes Peak, like bucket list motorsport event, get to experience what it's like during a real race weekend, and then we're out driving in these amazing roads. Like, I am so impressed with this car. The E-shift has absolutely baffled me. Like, how have they done that? What is this sorcery? Like, listen to that. It's just crazy. It feels really nice in my hands as well. Like, there's quite a lot of feedback through the wheel. Like, the resistance as I'm coming around the corners feels really sort of confidence inspiring that you are actually in control of what's happening here. I'm so impressed, guys. This is mad. I'd love to see what this car is like on the track as well. This has a drift optimizer in it, which means you can actually drift it. And I've seen loads of videos of people drifting these. Oh, I can't wait to do that. But I don't think I'll be doing that on here. Don't worry, Hyundai. I won't be drifting any Rocky Mountain roads just yet. Whoop. Good morning. It is about 3:15 in the morning. You know what, you've actually got to be a pure motorsport enthusiast to be up this early, and I actually feel really excited. We have to get up this early because we have to get to our position on the hill climb. So there's going to be lots of people, and before they close that road, you need to make sure you get there beforehand. So that means you've got the early morning. It's quite funny. I used to roll in at this time. Now I'm getting up to go watch some cars go up the hill at 3 a.m. in the morning. You know what, it's all good. I've got my coffee. I'm ready to go. Everyone's in good spirits. Okay, so we just got to our position. We're at the picnic ground, which is around halfway up the course. So this is where we're going to be stationed for the day. We've got everything we need. We've got our supplies, we've got all of our drinks. Like, we're just going to be hanging out here. We've got a good few hours before the race actually starts. You've got to get here early because, as you can see, I mean, it's like, what, 4:30 now, and it's already full. So delighted we got a good spot. I'm going to shut my eyes for about 20 minutes now, have a little nap, and then all the fun is coming in a few hours. Take the girl out of the city, but I'm destined for the countryside. This is actually so cool. We've hiked down from where we parked the cars earlier, and we are now we're about halfway up. We're at Engineers Corner. This is actually the first hairpin of the course, so it's really exciting. The cars will be absolutely flat out until they get to here. So I think we're going to see some good action, and it's, you know what, it's always great to be sat on a corner because that's where all the action happens. It's about 7:30 now. We had a little nap in the car because everyone was just wrecked. Like, you have to get there so early. But I'm refreshed. Honestly, I've never felt this pumped to be at a motorsport event this early in the morning. It's great. So this is our setup right here. We've got all the boys. We've actually got a really good place. I think we're kind of the only ones in this area other than the media guys on the corner. So feeling super lucky. Oh, so we have the pace car. That means that we are about ready to get underway. But we're going to sit here all day. We've got, there's a chopper as well. We've got all of our supplies with us. We're literally going to be locked in for, I think, probably the next 10 hours, nearly 12. I don't even know what time it is. No, it's not going to be 12 hours, probably 10 hours or so we'll be here. So we made sure we had everything. I feel like I've gone on like a bit of a school trip, having to pack my sandwiches up, get ready. It's cool though, it's nostalgia, it's motorsport, baby. Let's do this. Awesome. That was Randy, first run of the day. It's looking strong.
Looks pretty good.
Look at the chopper phone.
Pretty good.
cars coming. Like the fact that they don't have to run the signal, they can use their very own end sound as they're coming up the hill. It's so cool. So we've just heard that Bradley Poets has made it all the way to the top, and he's posted up a time of 9:55, which is really good. So that's a great first result for the first car gun up. We've just seen Ron, and now we're waiting for Danny Sordo in the third car. Flying. Right, so we've been here for over 8 hours since we saw the Hyundai cars, and we've just been chilling, checking out the scenery. I've managed to catch a bit of a tan actually. One of the things that we were talking about before we got to the hill climb was how the weather can change so quickly. We were expecting cold. I bought thermals, I bought hand warmers, I bought all that, but I think we've actually been experiencing around 31 degrees. But let's have a little bit of chat about the fact that this hill climb is absolutely mental. We were sort of looking at the stats earlier. I mean, 12.42 miles, 156 turns. It starts at 9,300 feet and ends at 14,100. I mean, the elevation is crazy. When you think you're in a plane, you're 30,000 feet up. You're almost halfway there. So you can really feel it when you're going up the course, like you're starting to get that breathlessness, and especially when we were at Devil's Playground the other day, I couldn't believe, like, even just walking around, I was starting to get a little bit out of breath. But here, we're not so bad. I think we're only about, well, how far are we up here, guys? About 9-ish. That's fine. That's good. We can handle that. Here, one of the great things is, can you hear like the sound of the cars coming up through the woods here? You don't know what's coming, but you can hear it, and that's part of the ambience, the amazing like atmosphere of this race. There's people posted all up around it. As I said, 156 turns, so all around. Oh, hear it? That's magic. What have we got? Nice. If that isn't just pure motorsport enjoyment, I don't know what is. We got third place in the end. Danny Sordo placed third, which is a really, really great result for Hyundai. So it's been a successful trip to the Pikes Peak International Hill climb. I've definitely roasted myself in the sunshine, but I'm not going to complain. We're going back home to maybe 18 degrees, so this has been beautiful. We're actually going to walk up the road now just to sort of get a feel for the incline, see what it's like to actually walk up this amazing track. It's been an experience. You know what? Like, this is true motorsport. You're sat at the side of the track for hours just waiting to hear the cars come past. Like, I've loved every second of it. It's so cool. Okay, so you can see behind us, the Ioniq 5N is finally making it down from the summit. It's been a long, long day, but delighted with the result. Third is a brilliant result for them. End of the day, it's just started raining now, so it's the perfect time to go back down, get ourselves some food. My first Pikes Peak International Hill climb done. It's been an amazing few days. A big, big thank you to Hyundai for having us out here. I am absolutely delighted. It's one of those bucket list motorsport events that I've always wanted to see, and now I can fully tick it off the list. We've got to drive the Ioniq 5N, we've got to see the NTA spec, and also we've had this wonderful Santa Fe which has been given to us, which has been perfect for getting us up and down the mountain. I am absolutely wrecked now. I think I've been awake for about 16 hours. It's time for me to log off, say bye-bye. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.